There is a beautiful, beautiful portal that is opening up in just a few days, and I decided to make a video about it here, as well as a course that is being created, and it's going to launch within 1 or 2 days after this video gets put out on YouTube here. This portal is the 9/9 portal, and it opens on September 9th, 2020. It goes till September 27th, being that September 27th is also a 9/9 with 2 and 7 reducing down to 9, as well as there's another peak on 9/18, which is 9/9 again. So there's 3 prominent peak days over a 3-week portal, and this portal is all about completion. Whenever we're talking portals, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to portals, what a portal really is it's an energetic it's an energetic gateway that is opening up for us to really shift in a miraculous way, in a very, very rapid way. I've always found through portals throughout the past year that my life shifts the most during portals, because they are accelerated time periods. You can kind of see it as an energetic doorway opening. And when you're inside the portal until the portal closes, there's infinite possibilities that you can take. There are infinite things that you can do, and everything is just a lot easier and sped up and rapid and aligned during these portals, because the energy supports you doing specific things. So with each portal, what the energies support you in doing always have to do with the numerology of the portal. So with this portal, we have the number 9, which is all about completion. With completion being the primary understanding of the number 9, and the understanding that's being very, very channeled through me for this portal is that this portal is all about completion, and is the completion of individual cycles as well as collective cycles that are outdated and no longer serve. We are in a very transformative time period right now, and as we're raising our frequency, we actually have to release a lot of old patterns, old cycles that don't serve. This is honestly one of the biggest parts of this ascension process, because what we're really doing energetically on a global scale right now is we're raising our frequency up back to a 5th dimensional state of being that we existed in before we descended in consciousness when Atlantis fell. As we are going up in consciousness, the way that we do this is by releasing a lot of patterns and physical holding patterns and karma and all of these like belief systems that limit us, all of these limitations that we've put on ourselves or have been put upon us is coming up now to be ripped away from us and released and completed, so that we can really raise our frequency and embody only light and embody only love. So we are all going through this huge process of transmuting these energies and completing these patterns. And the biggest thing that I found through this portal, and have been guided deeply to share with this video and been guided deeply to share within my portal course, is 3 major cycles that we are completing through the 9/9 portal. So before we get into the 3 major cycles, when we're talking about completion and how you know a cycle is ready to be completed, is that it's no longer serving you in your life for you to continue doing this specific thing. It is very, very, very evident and obvious that this cycle doesn't serve, and there is a very, very obvious other option for you. It's just you have to complete the cycle and then begin to practice building up the next cycle, because it is not necessarily something we can just wake up and do. In this 3rd dimensional realm, we need practice, and it's the same as any form of practice. When we're completing a cycle and moving into a new one, we have to practice and create daily routines and stuff that really retrains and reframes our minds and our bodies and our souls. So what are the 3 main cycles that we are going into completion for throughout this portal in September? The first main cycle that we are completing in September, which is so beautiful, is the disconnect that we have had from Earth. For time after time after time, we have been disconnected from the very earth that we walk upon, the very earth that we use resources from. We have seen ourselves as deeply separate from Earth. We have seen ourselves as deeply individualized from Earth. We very rarely recognize that when we are sitting or walking on Earth, that 1, we are walking on a conscious being, just the same as us, and 2, that we are this earth as well. Now this disconnect, it happened, and the same thing with all the disconnects that we're going to be talking about through the rest of this video. All of it happened during the fall of Atlantis. All of it happened because Source wanted to experience separation, and this is completely okay because Source wanted to experience everything. So when we are disconnected from Earth, we don't recognize that everything is kind of working around us. We see ourselves as a focal point. We see ourselves as almost more important. We devalue Earth, degrade Earth, and use her resources without gratitude. Earth is really a mother. She is a divine feminine aspect. She is the mother. She is all of our mothers because we live here, and if we, you know, like we couldn't live here if the Earth Mother didn't allow us to be here and kind of birth almost our abilities and gifts and ways of being here, you know. The Earth Mother, she provides so much abundance for us. Our abundance actually comes from Earth. It's not coming from anything else. It's coming from the Earth. It's coming from the Earth Mother. She provides us food. She provides us water. She provides us shelter. She provides us every single thing that we experience in our modern day. Even things that are man-made are made on Earth, at least, or like the people that make it are on Earth. So everything is on Earth. Everything is from Earth. And this disconnect that we've had from Earth, it is really made us be in a really fast-paced culture that is deeply separated from each other and the Earth. And how this affects us is we are unable to be fully grounded on Earth, which means we're not fully in our bodies, which means we're not connected to ourselves, connected to our guides, and connected to the world around us. This keeps us thinking and being afraid of nature, whereas nature is a vital resource for our health, really. When we are connected into Gaia and we have healed this completion cycle, what is going to happen is you're going to notice that you will feel so much more unity with the Earth around you. You're going to notice that you begin to talk to the trees and the plants and the leaves and the flowers again. You're going to notice that you are so much more grateful every time you walk on Gaia because you recognize that you're walking on a physical, you're walking on a being. It's the same as walking on one of us. It's just a different form, you know. Another cycle that we're going to be completing through this 9/9 portal is the cycle of disconnect from our guides. You know, we've been disconnected from this guidance system that we have in the subtle realms, in the spiritual realms. This guidance system, this invisible guidance system, we have been separated from and not recognizing that it is there and that it is true and that it is real. And this is because a lot of control that we've experienced and a lot of programming. It has made us feel like we are alone and that we have to go through all of our lives kind of alone, or like support from friends and family, but like there's like no higher support helping us. We've been told that it doesn't exist, it's not real, what you don't see is not real. What we're learning through this portal is trusting what we don't see. This is a major lesson that I was learning in preparation for creating this video, in preparation for creating this 9/9 course, because whenever there's a portal, I experience a lot of it right before the portal, so I'm prepped and prepared to create a course to guide people. When we trust in what we don't see and we trust that our guides are around us, what we're doing is we're trusting in the light. If we're choosing to not trust that our guides are with us, we're choosing to trust that we're alone, we're trusting in lack of information, which is trusting in the dark. So we really only have two choices, trusting in the light or trusting in the dark. So trusting in our guides or trusting that there's nothing there. And even though trusting there's nothing there doesn't seem very dark, but trusting something that doesn't have a lot of information, which is lack, and thinking that you're alone, that's dark. Light is information, dark is the withholdment of information. And you see that because light has energy rays, darkness has nothing, you know? So when we are connected to our guides, what does this bring us once we've completed this cycle? We have the ability to fully feel divinely guided and supported. We no longer have to use only our will to make decisions, to go about our days, to do everything. We have a very, very strong guidance system that is guiding us so that we don't have to go about this shift alone, because it no longer serves us to go about this shift alone. We can't do it if it's just us. We need to be able to connect to our guides again, and that is why this cycle is ready for completion now. The last cycle that is ready to be completed through this portal is our disconnect from ourselves. The disconnect that we have from ourselves is something that has really plagued us as a species for so long. We are connected to electronics, we are connected to other people, but very rarely are we actually connected into ourselves. Very rarely do we really know who we are on an authentic level. So we're going to notice through this month, through this portal, that there is kind of a completion with how strong our ego identifications are. So we may have a lot of ego deaths. We may have a lot of experiences where we realize, hey, I'm not Sarah who makes YouTube videos in Mount Shasta. I'm actually an eternal spirit working through this physical body on the planet Earth to share wisdom in a structured way. We're really, and you see how different those two things are, and how one is very, very identification, and one is very more open. Although there's still identifications, it's still a lot more open and expansive. And this is what's happening. We're learning who our authentic self is. Another word for your authentic self, maybe your higher self. I know a lot of people use that word. I choose not to use higher self because it makes me feel lower or less than. I choose to say that it is my authentic self. Feel free to use whatever word that you would like, of course. When we're connected into our authentic selves, we are living truly in our passions, we are living in our top values, we are living aligned, we are happy, guided, trusting, we are literally so aligned, and we are so connected to ourselves, and even more connected to the world around us, because the connection starts within. This is also going to help all of our relationships. It's going to help our relationship to our guides. It's going to help our relationship to Earth. Connecting to yourself and really operating from who you truly are is also going to help you realize how to make money from your purpose. And in this new shifting reality that we're experiencing, where we no longer have to work 9-to-5 matrix jobs, we can choose our purpose and make a abundant living from that. You're really going to realize the things that you like to do during the day once you've completed this cycle. How do you actually like to operate your day? Because it's a lot different than your ego might think it is, you know? It's a lot different. So we are completing these 3 major cycles throughout this portal, and the reason that all 3 of these cycles don't serve is because we need to be connected to Earth in order to fully see unity consciousness. We need to be able to connect to our guides because we need a lot more higher frequency guidance while we're going through this shift. And we ultimately need to be connected into ourselves, into our heart center, into our authentic selves, in order to really make this shift, because we have to release the ego identifications that we've built up for years and years and years on this planet. So this was a recap, a general description of the 3 main cycles that we are completing on a collective and personal level throughout this 9/9 portal. If you're really interested in going deeper onto these 3 cycles, learning exactly why they occurred, why they happened, how they served us, why we have fears about connecting to Earth, guides, ourselves, different tips and exercises and lessons and wisdom as to actually how to connect into each 3 of these aspects, as well as a few more individualized lessons and exercises and letters and meditations. Please feel free to click the link in the description box below. This is going to be the link to the 9/9 portal course. It is a totally expansive portal course, and the outcome of this course is that you will feel completely connected to Earth, completely connected to your guides, and completely connected to yourself, which is honestly the biggest blessing that I've received, and I'm so grateful to be able to really provide it for you guys. So I look forward to having the most incredible completion portal ever, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video or on the course. Peace.